Welcome back to Good Day Arizona. I'm Beverly Kidd. Glad to have you along with us today. We're talking with a very neat guy. He is an author and you're also an attorney, but he's got a wonderful new book. This is Ken Isaacson, and you have written your first book called Silent Counsel. It's already at the top of Amazon.com's book list, and you've had great success. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, what is the story about? Because obviously it has to do with legal wranglings. Tell us about it.
It's a legal thriller, but I think it's a different type of legal thriller. It asks a very difficult question. Suppose a child were killed in a hit and run, and the one person who knew the driver's identity, his lawyer, couldn't reveal the driver's name because the court held it was privileged information.
And this sounds like this may have been something you dealt with, or where did you get the inspiration?
I read a similar type of incident in a legal journal some time ago, and the question of whether or not just the simple name of a client could be privileged information came up. But the court did not have to answer that question because the driver in that case had an attack of conscience and came forward voluntarily. But when I read of that, I thought, well, what if? What if it had gone further and the court had held that the simple name of a client could be privileged information? What would happen? And
also, you've got this mother who has she wants vengeance. She wants revenge
Exactly.
for her child being killed. Tell us about her character, and is she good, bad? It's hard to figure out because you feel for this lady.
Yes, yes. She's the mother of a 6-year-old boy who was killed in a hit and run, and she comes to learn that an attorney knows who is responsible, but the legal system won't do anything to help her find out because of this legal technicality. So the story explores how a mother like that deals with her rage at the legal system.
So the antagonist here is not necessarily the man who hit her child, or is it the lawyer who is not revealing the name of the man?
I mean, really, the antagonist is the legal system, because at the same time, the lawyer is dealing with a problem. He has a young child of his own. And he knows deep down that the right thing would be to tell the mother who is responsible, but he has to deal with his ethical obligation to remain silent. So it's a very difficult situation for all involved.
Now, have you always wanted to write a book? Is it something you've had on the back burner and said, you know, one day I'm going to write a book about this because it's a fascinating scenario? Or did it just come to you one night, you wrote it, and you were there?
Well, I think I've always been interested in writing, and when I read this little piece in the legal journal, that gave me the impetus to start a novel.
Well, it is a very fascinating book, and congratulations, especially being the first-time author, to be on near the top of Amazon.com's list. And if you'd like to pick it up, you can go to Amazon.com, or I'm sure all the local bookstores have got your books.
Well, I'll be visiting the Poison Pen in Scottsdale this evening at about 7 o'clock.
Oh, you get to meet Ken. That is awesome. Ken Isaacson. The book is called Silent Counsel. Very fascinating thriller, especially if you like those legal thrillers. And we're so glad you could join us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate that, Scott. Definitely worth a read for sure. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come right back.